If time,
Mm.
you know.
Man, y'all know the face, y'all know the name. Talk to me nice, don't talk to me at all. You're tuned into the world's greatest podcast. I've been saying this about 5 to 8 episodes now. I think by the 10th, y'all really gonna believe me though. Not gonna cap, I really do. Um, right now I'm in the Bronx. Shout out to the boogie down, man. I like the
Yeah.
Bronx. It's real pleasant out here in these streets. And it's been a long week. Like I said, I'm still kind of recovering from a death of a close friend of mine named Dante Heath. So every episode, I just try to put the rest in peace, and we go celebrate him and commemorate him in the way I feel like it's best. And that's why living out his truth the way he'd want us to live it out. So with that being said, I got a special guest on this podcast. This is not going to be a regular guest, man, because he in himself is very special to me. I've known this man for years, and I've probably seen a lot of the progressions, if not up close and personal. I've seen it during its times, during the seasons. I guess that's the best way to put it, during the seasons. I'll let him introduce himself.
Appreciate that. My name is Bangali Doumbia. Born and raised in the Bronx. Immigrant parents. I work in education, youth development. Um, my motto is teaching young kings and queens to prosper. I've known Cletus since undergrad or college. Man, I watch you get your master's degree. The bow ties. You made your mark. You know, you came. You one of the first people I saw like what it was to brand yourself, like without even knowing what branding is. Like, you know, you made yourself known for that. Like when a bow tie was being talked about, you couldn't help but think of Cletus. Like, where is he? Is he coming? Is he on his way? So, but yeah, like I studied political science back in college. I did my own thug thizzle. Throwing my events and being on campus, getting involved. And now I'm back home. I'm back home to the family.
Man, I don't think people understand who you really are. I remember BG. The first time I ever met you was at the FSA fashion show downtown when Bio was modeling. And he was like, yo, go with my guy Bengali and all of them. They'll make sure you all right because I got to go earlier. This is the first time I ever came to Buff State. And I was just like, yo, Buff State was a complete different world from UB because at that time, I'm like, man, college is lit. But it ain't all that. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. I came to Buff State. BG was up there, energy, vibes, just good quality people. And then after that, we got together for Dream Chasers when we was throwing parties together.
I'm glad we gave you the hospitality was there.
What you mean?
The hospitality, Buff State hospitality, you know?
Oh, but of course.
Like, I'm glad we could give that energy up because I believe in, you know, family is everything. How we treat people is how we should want to be treated.
Agreed.
So when I see an individual like a bio who tells me, "Yo, take care of my boy, my cousin, my brother," I'm like, "All right, cool. Then he's our brother too.
That's a
He
fact.
blood just like us too." So we gonna give him a little drink. We gonna get some food. We gonna get some union food up in here. So it's all about hospitality at the end of the day. That's where we come from.
And I think that's definitely something that I think Buff State needs to definitely brand more of is the hospitality. Because real talk, you could be from anywhere, everywhere, somewhere, somehow you go find a place to call home within that space.
It's the individuals too, you know. I think a lot of time we get older and we were hospitable. We were people that we gave hospitality towards people, but we may not have molded those under us to be to have hospitality. Like our parents, from where I come from, taught me the importance of making sure there was enough water in the house for people, there was enough food for anybody that come through, and even going through certain moments where your family lacked, people never knew you lacked, you know, because your level of hospitality was always there. So when I meet a guy like you in college or any of my friends, it's like, yo, did you eat? You good? Like, those are the main human things that we need. Because if I could feed you or guide you towards where's the food or the water, I have a friend in you for the rest of my life. Because you're never going to forget the days you were starving. You never forget the days you were stuck.
That's a fact. And I've been quoting saying Cote a lot. He's like, there's a privilege in being in these westernized places. Like, people don't really understand what real poverty looks like or feels like. Like, real poverty and real being really truly starving is not the idea of not knowing what time you're gonna eat, but trying to figure out where the food may even come from. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, yeah, you hungry because you didn't eat breakfast today. You missed lunch today. That's why you're hungry. But there's some people that don't even know when the next breakfast may come. You know what I'm saying? So
that's a real thing. Going to Africa this summer, I saw that. You know, I was out there for 2 weeks, and my family, we fortunate to have it. You know, but you look at others around you who. There's no concept of a savings account or a 401k or an IRA Roth or whatever, all that stuff, or a loan from a bank. There's no concept of that heavy in our country, in our continent. You know, our bank system is not as rich as we would, as it should be, right? And I just saw some people over there suffering, just going through it, just. Every day was a fight. Every day was a battle. You know, like giving 1,000 francs, like 1,000 of our money to somebody, they start crying because you don't know how long that money could stretch.
And that's like what, like $1 over here?
Yeah,
yeah.
And you don't know how much that money could stretch. Or giving ice to somebody, or telling somebody, yo, come over here, come to my house and eat. You don't even know if they had eaten for like 2-3 days. You know, so it just keeps you real humble, real grounded to see that poverty is everywhere in the world. But poverty outside of Western society is disgusting. It's like you start to see the disparities. Poverty in Western world, you really got to study it. You really got to study and understand, how did these people get poor? Why are these people still poor? Poverty outside the United States or in Western world, you don't have to study it. You see it. You see what the issue is. You see the corrupt government. You see the corrupt officials. You see where the money is going, and it's not going into
infrastructure, the things that really matter.
Yeah. So it's like it's there. It's real, son. Like, even when I lived in them shelters growing up, I'm like, yo.
And that's a great way to segue, because I think I know your story because I've heard it time and time again. We have not, I want to say similar, but the struggle is definitely real within our own spaces. First things first, where are you from? I know you said the Bronx, but what country are you from in Africa, and what was your earlier life like?
I'm from the Bronx, right? I was born in 149th Street, Lincoln Hospital. Born there, and my parents are from Ivory Coast. It's a country in West Africa next to Ghana and Nigeria. It's all neighboring countries. Brief history: we're represented by the elephants. In the 60s, we were prominent in Cafe and Cacao. Our first president was Ufil-Boigny. Spent 36 years in power. Crazy. We're only on our 5th president. Colonized by the French. So I do speak French as a second language. Born and raised out here in the Bronx. Parents were together. Next thing you know, after a while they divorced. You know, I think I was entering high school when they first divorced, and then after their divorce, prior to that, I had all the J's, all the good birthday parties going out. There were certain abusive tendencies from both parties that I saw growing up, but it wasn't all my life, at the time. The earlier parts of my life, it was good. I saw my parents being good, but, as you grow older, you start to understand two people. Sometimes when the misunderstanding happens, it clashes, right? But when you allow people into your relationships, your sacred spaces, it destroys. And I started to really fully understand that. I'm 26 years old. I started to fully understand that towards my late 24s, when I started to deal with, personal relationships with people and seeing like, oh, snap, oh, did my parents go through? Like, I'm having these moments now, right, where I'm going back and I'm reflecting. I'm constantly in reflection mode. If you see me in go mode, that's because I've been reflecting probably for the majority of the time before I even hit go mode. So I see that then after my parents divorced, Mom Dukes couldn't really afford to say I'm gonna stay in an apartment with 4 kids. So she took the advice of some of her friends to go into the shelter system. We went into the shelter system. I was in the shelter system for like 5 years, right? So like it was survival of the fittest.
So you saying 5 years, like that's like 5 years of like school life, everything, but you knew that's where you're going.
Yeah, the shelter.
What was that like?
I remember the first night. The first night when we went, the evening, I remember it was an uncle of ours. He dropped us off there. You gotta go through metal detectors to get in. And you over there with all these people around you. We're like, I'm not saying you ever better than anybody, but you better than
You don't
these
deserve
people.
to be here with them.
Yeah, and you hear trailer 1, trailer 2, trailer 3, like, cause that's what they calling you for all your paperwork and stuff. Oh, you need to come to trailer 1, you need to come to trailer 2. Thank God my mother was a nurse at the time and she know how to read and write, so a lot of things was running smooth. And then that first night, if they can't put you in a space, this is hard. I didn't even know this was this hard.
Go through it.
If they couldn't find a location for you to put you in, because she was adamant about being in the Bronx, because she knew her kids would go to school in the Bronx. So we went to Queens. The buses took us to Queens to sleep for that one night, and then we come back to the shelter so they could place you. Got on the buses. We all trying to stay optimistic, positive, be tight-knit, like a family. As I'm telling you this, I'm starting to realize why I'm so close to my family now. And we go, it's just, my mother, she's a clean lady. She had her rags, her soap for us. So you go, your turn, your turn, your turn. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, damn, son. It's like, yo, Mom Duke's she sacrificed a lot for us. And then we got placed into our first shelter. It was on Miriam Avenue in the Bronx. We lived there for a few months. Mom Dukes ain't really like it. When we first got there, that's why I'm so big on vision. When we first got to the apartment, it looked so trash. But by the time we left, even when the people came to visit to come check if it was good, it was so clean. It was home. It was home for us. So that's why I'm so used to living in small spaces. Because I've always lived in small spaces. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I never had to occupy anything huge. Mm-hmm. And we went from Miriam. She didn't really like the environment. That's when I picked up boxing and track, because I knew what was going on in my surroundings as a teenager, as a young black man. I knew I didn't want to get caught up in the streets, so I needed a discipline. I needed something and nobody told me to do this. I did this shit by myself.
Because you wanted to survive. You knew that it was an innate feeling for you, because you're like, yo, I know that I'm going to have to deal with certain things. What are the 2 things that's going to help me in these positions?
And the thing is, just to add on that, I had to deal with myself. Mm-hmm. I think I tapped in a long time ago. From Miriam, we moved to Shakespeare Ave. Shakespeare, we had a good lady who was helping us finding a place. She worked for the shelter system. But one thing I learned about the shelter system, they only help you if you can help yourself. Mm. And so my mother she was able to help herself. She was able to sustain herself. And she was actively putting in the work to find a spot. And then after that, we moved to a private house. Things didn't go well over there, so we went back into the shelter system. And then from there, that's when I went to college. I did my first year of college in the shelters, but I ain't gonna lie, my first year of college was my happiest years. Was the best year. 2011 was the best year for me. We were so poor. But yet we were so happy to be with each other. Mm-hmm. We smiled more. My abs were popping. I was running 10 miles and shit. But we knew that we could do it together as one. At the time, I hated my father, but with time, I started to understand.
So, let's take a step back. So, you was living in the shelters, like, while you was going through your high school years, through everything, talking to girls, being outside, going to the parties, going to the mosque. All of this is all during like you were living in the shelter.
You would never know.
That's a fact.
You would never know.
So how did you deal with it? I know you say you stay positive and you know you have family to lean on, but as an individual, as a black man, how did you mentally deal with those situations?
Sports, but intentional sports. For me, boxing was very huge for me. I didn't care about becoming a boxer. I needed the discipline. I studied from a very young age. I started studying players. I started studying Mike Tyson and solitude and being alone, and I gravitated towards certain books. When I read those books about Ben Carson, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, it just opened up my mind to like saying, all these great men had isolation. All these great men had hardships, and even though my father at the time wasn't the greatest influence in my life, I remember what he would say: once you know where you come from, you know where you're going.
That's true.
So I started studying Bob Marley. And I remember watching football growing up, and I was very into watching the highlights. Like when LeBron, when Cleveland Cavaliers was playing Orlando Magic, there was 1.3 seconds left in the clock, and Hedo Turkoglu's on LeBron. Mo Williams inbound the ball. LeBron push off Hedo, and then shoots the three. Everybody's in the stadium like, yo, is this gonna go in? And I remember watching it, and I wanted to study more of LeBron. I wanted to study the Mamba mentality. Like, I didn't really like Kobe, but the Mamba mentality was something that I wanted to know. So all these things helped me cope, and being around different individuals, having conversations, just experiencing life. I think allowing myself to be lost.
That's real.
Allowing myself to be lost, allowing myself to make mistakes. I was hard on myself for many times because I couldn't afford to make any mistakes. I'm the first generation.
That's a fact.
But at some point, it was just walking into my awakening. And when my mother said to me one day before, when I was trying to go to Bus State, and I was kind of hesitant. She said, leave. She said, go. I know you want to go. She said, don't worry about us. We're going to be good. And then I said, damn, man. She said, I can't raise you. You're a man. You gotta go figure it out. You gotta go let the world beat you up a little. We're always gonna be here. I said, damn, son.
That's real shit.
Yeah, like, you know, and I remember going away for college. I lived on Castle Hill. And my father came that day. You know,
they always come just to see
me off. But you know what though? Now, Cletus, I forgave him so much. Because as a man, I never knew what it was to fight depression as a grown man. Or I never knew what it was to be an immigrant in a country where you know nothing. You don't know how to read and write. You drive cab. And then all of a sudden, the cab company say there's a new rule where people got to come in and recertify their license. So all of a sudden, you got to take a test. But you don't know how to read and write. Before, you didn't have to take a test. Now you do. So you fail every time. Your wife gives you money from time to time to go take the test again, and you come back home and you fail. What does that do to a man? It took me time to understand that. When I told my father, he almost cried on the phone. He said, how do you know all of these things? I said, I just observe. I just watch. I know what it is to be a man. I know what it is to be with a woman and wanting to give her good results. Like I did well. You know, you want to see her smile. It's not even about how she gonna look in a rider with you, or it's a woman. As a man, what do you do in this world? Who do you do it for? These are the things that you think about. You stay in your purpose, but who's benefiting from your purpose?
That's a fact.
So I saw my father break.
So your father and your mother just like they split up obviously because they were unhappy, or maybe it was he just didn't feel like he could make her happy more and he just couldn't handle it. How did you deal with that? Like I know you say you had a lot of milestones, but how did you really like? I understand you understand his mentality, but I'm talking about that Bengali then and there. How did you deal with that?
I don't think I dealt with it at the time. I numbed it. I ran. Shoot, just to be real, pornography too. I got lost in that a little, trying to understand that. Like, is this what love is? You you know. And I think at some point it became like I'm not gonna say an addiction. It was more so like you wanted to watch it to get your mind off things, to understand. You didn't understand life or alcohol. Like at the time, I didn't know why I was drinking. Dealing with that and in high school in itself, I numbed it. It was just like just straight up working out, straight up understand that this is making me better. I quiet every emotion in me that triggered me to think about my parents. I've always, and I'm 26 years old, I still kind of have this mindset. I operate in a way that my parents are dead. Like, if they're not here today, I can survive. It's like, oh my God, my whole world, no. I can survive. I had to quiet my mind.
How did you do it? Because you know me, you my brother, so it's we talk a lot, and it's ironic because I don't want to get off tangent, but it's ironic. Like people who really, like the people you think really are my friends, they really not my friends. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. Like there's things I'll call you about that I wouldn't call people that you probably see me with every other day with.
I respect that.
That's crazy to me.
No, it's not, bro. It's not. You see, I keep telling you, once you take the will for what it is, nothing is surprising. Nothing is crazy. Nothing is ever crazy. You see, you attract your image. You attract your inner being as well. Like I said, you attract your image and you also attract your inner being. Your image might be those people you hang out with. Your inner being might be what we're doing right now. This is what feeds you. This is what makes your soul happy. Now, your image, that makes you happy too. But in a different spectrum.
That's true.
You like going to the club with them. You like sitting on the couch, popping a bottle or two, being in that high, being in that moment. But you got to understand you can't get your satisfaction from that. That's one thing. That's just a little tinsy-wincy bit of anything.
No, that's a fact.
You know? And if that goes away, you got to be okay with that. How did I cope?
Yeah, how did you silence your mind?
Like
how do you handle it?
Repetition. I ain't gonna lie, I read the Quran a lot. And I just repeat certain surahs all the time. Or I fed myself positivity. I said everything gonna be all right.
Yeah.
I motivated everybody around me. What most people don't know is the more I motivate people around me, it's actually the most motivation I actually need myself. But nobody feeds me that. Most people I've ever been around don't know how to motivate me. They don't.
That's a fact.
I've been around a lot of people, but most people don't know how to motivate me. They don't know how to talk to me. They don't know how to tell me like, yo, Gali, like, get the fuck up, man. Like, pick yourself up, man. Like they don't dig deep for me.
Because I feel like with that though, I've learned that too. Because I feel like my vibe, my aura, the things I bring to the table, a lot of people could never bring that to the table for me. It's like why I keep pouring into somebody else's life and I don't feel like they're pouring into mine. And what I'm learning is more so like, because that's not their place to. Like I simply put, like they weren't put in that position to do that. Because you gotta think about a lot of people not even on that frequency. A lot of people haven't even taken the time to get through the level 1. They're still just living through level 1 because they're happy they can win it. So with that, yeah, it's not for people to do. I've just come to terms with the fact that you just gotta trust yourself. Like you gotta become who you want to attract. So if you want people that's gonna motivate you, you gotta become somebody that's gonna be able to motivate the masses. That person in his season or in their season is gonna want to be connected to you because you motivating them too. Like you gotta think about this way. Like what in this world is beneficial that's not mutually beneficial? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, if I do something that calms my heart, that's great. But you're doing that because it's benefiting you some way, somehow. That's your character. But there's not a thing that if it's not mutually beneficial is self-serving. There's nothing. So that's what I'm coming to terms with too. It's like you gotta create that for yourself.
You have to. It's as a man, you'll never have anything ideal.
What do you mean?
You'll always be building. Even when you think you're there, you're building.
You'll never be truly satisfied.
You're never satisfied. And it's not your job to be satisfied. As a man, you should be willing to please consistently. I don't know how inappropriate you get in your podcast.
Man, this is Talking Cheap podcast. This is the world's realest podcast.
When you with a woman, right? Most men don't please women because they don't know what it is to please. They don't know what it is to please the will. If I take my time to motivate you every day knowing I need motivation, I can please any woman around me. I know that it's deeper than me. I know that I've engaged into her world with passion, with love. And even if she hurts me, I'm still passionate and I'm still loving. Everything I do in this world, it takes time because it's with passion, with love. That's why I could never have a whole stage. Because everything was done with passion and love. Even when I try to be a hoe, passion and love.
And don't just stay in that, because if eventually that passion and love is going to cultivate something. It's going to create something.
It's going to create something. And the thing is nothing is ever ideal for men who are in purpose or in creation. I knew my situation would never really be ideal. I knew that I operated best under chaos because all my life it was chaotic. It was moving from place to place, place to place, place to place. I'm sleeping in this little corner, sleeping in that little corner. I don't know what abundance really is yet. I'm working towards it. I'm working towards being fly. I'm working towards driving a car that I want. Getting my desires. Not that
I'm laughing about it because it's real. It's like you're working towards trying to create that stability. That
for myself.
With.
Yeah,
and it's hard because you've never had something stable. You've always had to. I
don't know what the fuck that looks like.
Now you want to have the conversation. No talking cheap. Let's talk about it.
I don't know what stability looks like. And all my life, I've been chasing something. I don't know what it looks like. So now for the first time, I'm still and I'm designing. Let me tell you something. I was at the Gucci store the other day and I sat there, not to buy Gucci. I had to pick something up. But I'm sitting there, right? And I see the rug on the floor. I see the high ceilings. I see the little chair I'm sitting at. I'm like, yo, I would like this for my crib. I like this setting. And it's like as I'm going through life, I'm seeing the different things I'd want in my stable home or my stable mansion. How I'd want it to be.
I wouldn't even know what to do if I had a mansion.
Like, right?
It would be a place that I did events.
You never had your mansion.
That's true.
You weren't raised in a mansion.
That's true.
So you go look at the closet like, I thought I had clothes all my life. And they say, oh, this is your closet, sir. You're like,
I don't even need this big ass space for no closet.
But over time, you get used to it. I knew I started to like. I acknowledged that I liked high ceilings when I was in Africa. I went out with my cousins and we went to go see his crib. And I looked up and I said, I really like high ceilings. Like, this makes me happy right now. Like, I'm really staying at this high ceiling right now. Like, yo, this shit is fire, son. Like, I feel like I can breathe.
You know why though?
Why?
Because you're used to being in small spaces and high ceilings make the room feel bigger.
Oh, look at that! I didn't even know that.
That's really that's the logic behind high ceilings, is to make the room feel bigger because it's a smaller room. High ceilings, the way you position your stuff, yeah. So that's probably what it is. You probably still want to be in small spaces, but you don't want to feel claustrophobic.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I don't want to be in small spaces anymore. I feel like now that I think more abundantly, I'm uncomfortable in a lot of spaces. My light shines too bright in certain spaces. I move different. I make people uncomfortable.
Is that your fault though?
And not my fault. Oh, I'm good on that.
Because I feel like that's what you're supposed to do.
I stopped beating myself up a long time ago. Like, oh my God, let me dumb myself down a little. No, maybe I'm being too masculine. Maybe I'm saying this too wrong. No. Say what you say. Mean what you mean. Keep it pushing. They're not comfortable. Life goes on. You'll find your crowd.
Of course.
You know what I mean? That's where you Cletus, you're in this space because you did be your own person. Who the fuck wakes up in the morning and say, Cletus ENT? You did.
I mean, niggas,
Yeah,
niggas do shit like that.
No, you bet on yourself.
I mean, who else is supposed to bet on?
Jay-Z said Rock Nation.
Yeah.
Meek Mill said Dream Chasers. Rick Ross said Maybach.
MMG, yeah.
You said Cletus. So this ride that you're about to be on, it's about to feel like impossible. Impossible. But guess what? At some point, you're going to be one of those people that they're going to be like, Cletus did it. Why can't I do it?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, like, you created your own lane. When there was no lane, when you knew that, okay, I don't have the ability to really right now work with a group of people. And it's okay to acknowledge that. Like, I don't have the ability to work with y'all. Like, I'm on a time that I move so alone that it might make you guys feel uncomfortable. I'm still coping with shit. That's real manly to me. I'm still coping with shit. Like, it's like you meet a girl, right? And she wants to take you seriously. I'm still coping with shit.
That's a real nigga.
Now,
shit.
if you are willing to work through those things together, or, you know what? Let me work through that shit by myself. If you still want to be around, which probably you won't, because you're going to find something else, then okay. If not, you know what I mean? Like, life goes on. I'm still coping with shit. And you were able to create your own lane. A lot of people might look down on you like, who the fuck this motherfucker think he is? People I may know. Or I'm asked why I still cool with you. But I'm too deep to just view people on the surface. When I look at a human being, I strip them away from everything. Your car, your clothes, your jewelry, and I just see you naked. No homo. I don't want guys walking around me thinking that I'm out here.
You try to look at them naked with your eyes.
I'm trying to talk to you as a human to human.
Of course.
Skin to skin. Let's chop it up. Who are you?
Real raw, uncooked.
You know, who are you? Like, even when I see women, I'm not going to say that because I got to be politically correct.
Nah, we don't believe in that here. Talk your shit, bro. This is Talking
I'm just saying,
Cheap
like,
podcast,
I see a woman and I take away all the makeup. I take away all that. All the shallow shit she got on, right? And who is this person? What does she want to know? What does she want from me? And why are you attracted to me? I'm still a young kid from the Bronx trying to make it. Trying to figure this shit out. That's why I don't feel bad anymore when people come my way and they leave. I'm still trying to figure this shit out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm not. It's not like I'm not waking up every morning trying to go to work, trying to contemplate what's next, what's the next moves, how do I tend to my family emotionally while I'm not in the best financial place I'd like to be.
Yeah. Or even try to take credit for things that you want to create. Like,
I don't know how to even do that.
Because, like, for example, like, I know you got Vision Over Money right now, right? Mm-hmm. And Vision Over Money, for people who don't know, is like a 6-year-old, maybe. I heard about it.
It's crazy.
Because I remember when you TJ all staying together, I seen all the poster boards of you writing information. I got a couple pictures on my phone too.
Word?
Yeah. I'm like that. I'm weird like that. Where did Vision Over Money come from?
Depression.
Okay.
A lot of depression. A lot of a mental place where I was like, there has to be more to life than just us waking up every morning. A place where I was standing on a college campus and I watched everybody just go from location to location, and I'm like, yo, you motherfuckers is robots. Like, what are you doing? You know, like, Vision Over Money came from a place of not knowing who I was in a relationship, a toxic relationship. You know, but even through that toxic relationship, so much beauty came out of it. So much beauty came out of it. I can't sit here and say the person was toxic towards me. It was a two-party situation. Both being toxic, both creating so much greatness. Right? And I didn't know the impact Vision Over Money was going to have on other people. It was a selfish thing for myself to feed myself. I needed to feed myself. I need to get motivated on something. I needed to believe in something. And I believe that vision over money was something to keep me going, to keep me believing. And I'm currently rereading a book called Ways of the Superior Man, where in one chapter it talks about if a man starts something, he's entitled to finish it. Mm-hmm. Meaning, if I don't speak on vision over money anymore as much, it's because it's done. It's something I created for the time being. On to the next. I have to be okay with the next. If I resurrect it at some point, I do. If I don't, I don't. You remember Vision of Money for what it was, though. You can go back on that YouTube page and see me speak and keep it pushing. Or you can just currently listen to my podcast.
Shout out to BG Speaks, man.
I'm on Apple and Spotify.
You know, you were one of the people that inspired me to really like put it out. Because you know, like a lot of these episodes like a year, 2 years old.
Yeah.
So you were one of the people that inspired me to really put it out. I'm like, yo, if Bengali's putting out podcasts, and this ain't even his thing, like you do a lot of other things. Like, I know you for Vision Over Money. I know you for the work you do with children. I know you for the work you do within your community. I know you for the relationships you had. Like, you said you was supposed to get your master's not in communication. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not even his thing, but he's consistently dropping stuff. And you would just talk to yourself. You wouldn't even talk to nobody else. So I'm like, yo, if Bengali is willing to do this, he's
talking. Is that crazy though?
That's like, yourself? Bro, because no. It's not that it's hard to talk to yourself, but to do it in the way that you do it is very difficult. Because it's like me speaking by myself about something for 30 minutes. Like in the solid content. That's not easy, bro. Like, I've done it, but that's not easy. Because you have to be able to continue to speak through your mind frame. It's not easy, bro. That is a talent. Because I'm sitting here like, yo, Bengali's putting out a podcast, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and him just talking to himself and talking to other people by himself, and it's a certain kind of quality, and he's getting it done. You have over 150 episodes. Different, and you've been doing this shit for years. What the fuck are you waiting on?
What were you waiting on?
I didn't feel like people was gonna appreciate it. That's really what it was. I feel like at the time, it just didn't feel like people really appreciated it. Appreciate what I brought to the table, and I just like, I want to hold on to it until people really care to listen. Like, I just want to hold on to it till like, because even the people on it, it's not by accident that everybody's on it is on it. You know what I'm saying? The concepts, the conversations that's happened. I talk to a lot of people. I work in a store all day. I talk to thousands of people. Why are these the people that he decided to have these conversations with? Of all these people, there's billions of people on earth. I meet a lot of people, bro. I know by myself in my head, I know like at least 8,000 to 10,000 women by themselves, just women. Like, I know them personally, women, not niggas, women. Now, like, and I know a lot of dudes. I know 10,000 women. That's boggling. And it's like, okay, out of those 10,000 women, 60, maybe 40 of them on this podcast right now. And we really just talking. Why them? You know what I'm saying?
They have something to say, man.
They have something to say.
But you know, too, like, 150 episodes. No, my black ass would have put the first episode out. I feel like you can't wait for people to want to hear what you gotta say. Nigga, speak it. Mm-hmm. Speak that joint. Somebody gonna listen.
I'm already in tune.
Once you tapped in, only one person needs it. You've done your job. Mm-hmm. Me having this conversation with you right now, you've done your job in my life. Like, if I don't ever speak to you again, I've gotten the best part of Cletus. I got him sitting here after sharing a meal, and we having a conversation.
In the Bronx. No bubble. No bubble. I came here dolly. Out here.
In the hood.
I love the Bronx.
And I appreciate you.
I love the Bronx.
I'm definitely going to make my way to Staten Island to go to the store.
I'm through.
But it says a lot about you If I'm going today, I'm satisfied. I'll kid you not. If I'm going today, I'm a satisfied man.
Because I have this moment and nobody else has this moment.
If I was to die today, I did good.
Mm-hmm.
I did good on earth. I'm proud of myself.
And you know why? Because your great grands, they don't know who their great grandfather was from his own mouth.
And even if I don't have kids, my nephews and nieces will know me. I've done my job. I've gotten the blessings of my mother and my father. It's called Barika.
Barika.
Where we come from, it's called Barika, blessings. My parents have been divorced for how many years now? 14, 15 years. And I kid you not, till today, my father says, always respect your mother because it's Barika under her feet. And in my head, I'm like, yo, y'all been divorced. Why you don't hate her? Because I do see my mom did certain things to my pops, and my pops did certain things to my mom that I could physically see. My mother was more so emotional, manipulation. But he's like, nah, it's your mother. It's a woman. Respect her, no matter what. Even if your mother is a prostitute in the street, respect her. Even if she's selling drugs, respect her. I said, damn, son, that's deep, son. You're not married to this lady. I still love her. She gave me my kids. I'm like, damn, son, I don't really know what to say anymore. But things like that just help me. It helped me think, bro. I think things like that help me critically think, critically perform in my mind, taking away the emotion out of things and implementing the logic. Like, what are you emotionally feeling right now, and what should you logically be feeling?
So, when your father wasn't there, who taught you how to be a man?
Nobody. Nobody could teach me. That's why I try to chase after certain organizations on campus and trying to be down with these people because I was looking for men. I was looking for guidance. I needed it. That's how I gravitated towards different people. I gravitated towards people that were great, gravitated towards people that were bad. Because I didn't know what manhood looked like. I heard about it. I saw it very briefly when I was younger. But during that time period, it was kind of hard to really identify that. So, I'm teaching myself how to be a man right now. Mm-hmm. At 26 years old, I'm teaching myself.
No, that's a fact.
I'm teaching myself how to care for family. I'm teaching myself how to be around family, take care of family, and still have bills. I'm teaching myself these things. I've given my last. I'm teaching myself how to consistently go to work even when I'm sick. I'm teaching myself how to communicate or taking feedback from people. Mm-hmm. And when I got closer to my father and I forgave him for all the things and I forgave myself, manhood increased even more. It increased even more because, remember, I operate like my parents are dead. But most importantly, I operate like my father's dead. Who's the head of the throne? Who got to take care of the family? A woman in my family can make way more than a man. But the man is always the head and never going to change. I know a lot of people might not believe in that, but that's just how our family dynamic is built. You know, where we have that level of respect for each other. Men respect women where we come from. Mm-hmm. Heavy. Don't let it fool you to say that, oh, look at these Africans. They mad, naive, and ignorant. No, they're not. They just know how the chain of command works. Mm-hmm. When one knows how the chain of command works, the ship always functions.
There's an order to everything.
There's an order to everything. Universal law. Mm-hmm. But I don't think a lot of people are ready for that.
They're not. I mean, but we're going to talk about it, though. We can talk about it.
There's these things that's already here on earth, and there's laws that one must follow in order to be successful, and you can gain success from things you think will get you places. Mm-hmm. It's like there's the route of the devil and there's the route of God. The route of the devil is spicy. It looks good. You kind of get there faster. It's fast food. The route of God is very organic. Takes time. Mm-hmm. Takes time. But it's good for your body, though. And it's pretty expensive.
Everything got a cost to it.
Everything got a cost to it. Devil, you get like a 3 for 1, 2 for 1, special. You go through that route. You like, I'm gonna eat this every day and I'm good. No, you're not. Then next thing you know, you got like your weight. You getting too big. Things are happening, but the route of God is like organic. It takes time for you to progress, but when you progress, it lasts. You've been taking it real slow in the gym. You've been taking it, you're not rushing it. You're not even giving 2 hours of bullshit. You're giving 45 minutes of consistency. And you know what you're putting into your body after that. You know when to fast, when to feed your body certain things. You know who to feed into your life. You think you sitting here over here talking about friends and I ain't talk to these people because you're on the route of God. I ain't talking about no church, no mosque. I'm talking about divine timing. When you're on the right universal path, you can't entertain certain things. You can't be around certain things, certain people. The universe won't allow it. The universe respects his diet. You don't, because you still working on your discipline. But the universe already know what's good. But they say, you know what? We see high potential in this kid. We gonna take him. But the friends gotta go. We don't need them on our path.
It's crazy.
Like I told you, brother, nothing is ever crazy. It happens when it's supposed to happen. I don't know if people in your podcast know about your accident.
Oh yeah, I don't think we really spoke about it. Yeah, I got into a car accident like last month. So right now, where we at? We in September 23rd, 9:40 p.m. Yeah, I got into a car accident. I want to say around the 5th or 6th. It was right when I got back from Toronto. Right the day I got back from Toronto, after dropping Scotty off in Brooklyn, and I ran to do some stuff for the store because I wasn't there all week. So I knew because I wasn't there all week, there's gonna be things I needed to handle beforehand. And then I knew I was flying out that next day to go to Miami for a conference. I fell asleep behind the wheel. I just fell asleep. I was dozing off in Brooklyn for like 50 minutes. Traffic hot out. Haven't really slept after Carabana. Played Mass for the first time. I was really whining with Gal for 12 miles. That was madness. Didn't even know it. Crazy cardio. Came back. I just fell asleep. I was like 6 minutes from the house too. Like fell asleep in a brand new BMW that I just had gotten. It's basically a gift to the store. It's the store's car, but I'm the only one that drives.
Oh, that's the same car?
Yeah. So that's the car for the store.
Oh, that's the car you got into accident with?
Mm-hmm. That same BMW we driving around, you didn't even notice there was a big scratch from the passenger side all the way up to the tire. That same
I beat that.
Ran into a wall on the expressway, fell asleep during rush hour. All the cars out there fell asleep, ran into a wall, heard the wall, car spin around 8 times. What? Smoke all around me. I'm like, damn, my insurance is clipped. Yo, that's the first thing I said. I'm like, damn, it's clipped from my insurance. And then I was like, yo, who the hell did I hit? Came out, they're like, yo, you ain't hit nobody, you hit the wall. Like there was like from like where the suitcase is and back, it was like a row of 4 lanes of cars just blocked.
Yo, that's so significant. What you said? You said what they said when you got out the car?
You said you ain't hit nobody? You good.
You hit the what?
The wall.
Think about your life. When you keep going and going and going, the universe has a way of just stopping you.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna hit the what? The wall.
The wall, yeah. That's real.
It gotta like pause you real quick.
I always say this is like I said, like God, you either gonna sit down or God's gonna find a way to make you sit down.
On the end, my language is say, "L'homme propose et Dieu dispose." Man has a plan and God has another plan.
Mm-hmm.
Say your plans, God go laughing.
That's true.
You're laughing like, who are you? Who do you think you are? And so I'm glad you're here.
Mm-hmm. Nobody knew. Like that's the thing that didn't sit well with me. Like I think like when friends, right? Like something, God forbid, something happens to like when my bro Dante, right? Like I said, rest in peace to my bro Dante Heath, bro. I love you, bro. You know that. When he got into the car accident in Georgia, and like they said, like his car flipped over 7 times, and then his body like went through the windshield, and he died on impact with the ground or whatever. I found out because my other best friend, that's like our mutually best friend from another friend, was the one that posted it. And I'm sitting here like, wow, that's crazy because he was on it. Like he said that he got the information. As soon as he got the information, he dropped it on Facebook. As soon as he dropped it, I called him. He said he couldn't talk. I texted him like, what? He's like, it's real. And then after that, I dropped it. And then after I dropped it, it just, spread it a little bit more too. But it was like the fact that if that's your friend, you are just in tune with them. You found that information. You got that information quick. And it spread with the people that are really supposed to know. It just sat weird with me that like the people that you probably would have gotten that information from, you would never know. You never would have known. If I didn't put it on Twitter, no one would have known. They would just be thinking, oh, Cleese is probably at a party or he always traveling or something. Never would have known. If I didn't put it out, no one would have known. You would not have no sources. God forbid something happened to me and I don't put nothing out or the news don't put it out, y'all would never know. I be going through shit all the time. Like this whole year was hell. Hell. Like hell. Coming back home, I was sick right when I got my master's. First things first, I didn't get my diploma until like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I remember.
I graduated December 2018. We're about to be hit a year in like 3 months. At the end of the fourth quarter, that'll be a year since I got my master's.
Why?
They said I didn't do certain things. It's not important. Finally got it. Shout out to Dr. Morganfield. Thank you for that. So I didn't get my diploma. So that's an issue in itself because I earned it. So that's one. Then on top of that, I got dumb sick when I first came back because I was trying to do too much. I was trying every brunch. I was at 4 brunches on Sunday. I was at
this past Sunday.
Not like when I first got back in December. I was like all these parties, all these brunches, all that. Because I just got back and I'm supposed to get back in the scene. Like people was like, "Oh, you back? Oh yeah, it's time to get money."
You was trying to feed into the crowd.
I was trying to help the culture move forward because I know New York is not lit no more right now. It's not. It don't feel the same. But that's a different conversation. So I had that. Then on top of that, the store. So we had the store, but I'm like, yo, I need money. Like I've never been in a place that I didn't have my own source of income, consistent source of income. Now I got a master's. I know I'm not making no 15 an hour, so I needed some kind of consistent money. So I got a job. I had 2 opportunities. One was to teach at like a junior high school on the other side of the island. That's like the bad junior high school, like what you kind of went through, or work in my community in the projects as a prevention specialist, and then get to teach at the alternative school, like the Last Chance High School. So I took that opportunity. But the company I was working with is like low-key super racist, and they were so disconnected from the things that the people really needed. Like they're getting a lot of money, but they're not trying to help the people that really need to be helped. Like it's not like a selfless giving. It's like I'll give you this because it'll make us look good in this sense. Or I'll give you this, but that's because we gave this other school that probably don't need as much support as these black students, or they need a level of support because they're white, because they can resonate with them, that we're going to give them more of this. So I was dealing with that. Like I really got fired because I was like, yo, I felt uncomfortable writing young black children, young minority children up for having behaviors and traumas that they didn't understand why they're acting out for, until they sat down with a real ass OG that's going to sit them down and like, yo, this is why you feel this way. And I can't have you doing this because you don't understand it yet, but everything you do has a consequence. You black young woman, that's 2 right there. Straight up, you gotta be better. It's not, and I didn't want to have those conversations with them because I felt like I didn't want to condition them to think that way and be that way. But it was real. It was like, yo, I see your behavior. I see you crying. Like, I don't think people understand how many times these kids broke down and cried in my arms. I don't think people understand how many times like their moms had to sit there, and because their moms they don't want to speak with, they're like, I just want to talk to him again, and the whole family walk out, and then after that they keep going, venting, crying. You know how many times I see people when they get off they come to the store, like my students, like my older students, they come to the store and like, yo, Mr. C, I remember what you said when you woo. Like young kids, yo, younger than me. Oh yeah, I got a kid. I'm really trying to make things happen. Like, bro, you doing it. You're doing it. Just grind. Stay humble, grind, trust God. That's it. You're going to be all right.
Grind, trust God.
That's it. Because that's all they're going to really understand. I can't give them no blueprint to something they've never been before, but I also can't give them all this information that they don't need. You know what it is, bro. You know your situation. You didn't fuck up, but you fucked up. So what you going to do? You going to cry about it? Nah, you're going to be humble, trust God, and grind. Because that's all you have right now. Until you show yourself.
You need to put that on a shirt, by the way.
Vision over money collab definitely gotta come soon. That's what you're doing. Hashtag put on a shirt. Shout out to my bro Eli from Always Working. But you know that. So I was dealing with that. Then the whole events thing, Wet and Wild. That hurt. Yeah, that hurt. That one really hurt. And that's not even the fact that we was dealing with tenants that pulled a knife on my mom and swung on my sister. Yeah, this is my year. And then you gotta think about, I can't travel like that because I got a whole store. I got a business. Like, the business is a family business. So, nigga, you part of the family, right? So you better get to business. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta think about the stuff I'm sacrificing. Then on top of that, I'm people around me. A lot of these niggas fake getting money now because all they have to do is worry about their job. They don't really have no real obligations to anybody. So you got that shit going on. And then I'm back in my city, so I'm trying to figure out. Is that getting to you though? Now or then?
No, then. All the niggas fake money.
Nah, it didn't bother me. It was just more so like, I'm not an image guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe in having an image. I'm just Cletus. So I don't do shit for images. I don't care. Like, I'm not a fake lit person. I really am a real lit person. Like, I don't fake win. I win every day. Even when I lose, I win. Like, it's bad. People must hate me. I'd hate me too. Like, always super positive, always in the good vibes, always in good energy, just living my life.
Confident.
I just, if it's me or you, guess what? Bye-bye to you. Like, I don't have no other options. So I just grind different. I'm just myself. I can't be nobody else. Every time I try to be somebody else, nothing went my way. So I learned it from a young age, bro. I wasn't tall enough to be Jordan. I can't ball. I didn't have ball like him. I wasn't tall like him. I didn't have the body type. My feet are flat, so I could run, but my ankles be swollen later. But I'll still give you the best of the moments, though. I'll show you something, and you can only hope, and you can only imagine what the potential's like. But I'm still showing up. I'm not the smartest kid in the class, but I'm smart as hell. Because I don't care to learn things that don't help me have conversations to help people. Like, I couldn't do science. Like, I'm going to say I couldn't, but I didn't care to do it. It did nothing to me. It did not feed my spirit.
At school, not studying science.
Bro, it did nothing for me. It's like, what can I really... Like, bro, me and you we can't have no real-ass nigga conversation about atoms. Like, that shit's not going to help you grow as a person. I'm talking about, like, things that really matter. Like, I wanted to really be able to go and speak. I wanted to get paid for being who I am. That's it. That was always the goal.
And if you're a young teenager going into college listening to this, we do support STEM.
Of course, we need STEM, but I also support niggas who need to be themselves and work through their trauma and love themselves and understand how to speak to people. Like, you could be the biggest scientist in the world, but if you can't communicate what you just did, doesn't matter. I'm a genius. I know you're a genius. You are a modern day revolutionary in the Bronx. People and you're in the Bronx, just sitting here chilling. You are like a genius. You are far beyond your years. Cause nobody, like, you're a Black Panther. Like, you're the newer form of what a Black Panther would look like.
I never see that though.
Cause people are not telling you. People don't see that for you. That's the issue. Who do you could probably, I know since I've been here, so many people have been calling your phone, texting your phone, check your phone. We both every time. But who really, like you said, who pours into you? Niggas don't tell you. That's why. You just think that you just doing what you're supposed to do to survive, not knowing that your calling in your life is way bigger than what people tell you. Because people ain't. It's like when you have parents that groom their kids to be in the league, or groom their kids to be athletes, and because their parents are telling them, like, yo, this is what you can be. This is who you can be. But I could be a great basketball player, but no one ever told me. I could be a great businessman. No one ever told me. Like, I could be a great teacher, a great singer. If no one tells me I'm great, I wouldn't know. Who tells the guy who's the guy that he's great without it being some kind of underhanded shade towards his greatness or bitterness or some kind of like resentment for him going through a process? Yo, bro, all we doing is going through our process. We're not trying to shit on niggas. We just doing what we need to do to become the best people we need to be for everybody and everything. And nobody's gonna tell you because they want to humble you. They don't want you to be gassed. It's just a weird space, bro. It's a weird space, bro. Like I said, niggas was going through a lot this year, bro. Like, I have a 2-bedroom basement apartment. Since I've been home, it's probably been like maybe 2 girls that's actually really slept over, like came to see me, to just link with me. I've not caught a kill in my house. Swear, 2-bedroom, own bathroom, hot water.
And you live with your mom?
My peoples live. It's a house. They do what they do. I do what I do. To this day, never not nothing. Touch nobody. It's busy, grinding, try to make things happen, bro. Shit not
As you
sweet.
can see, as you can hear, ladies, your man Cletus over here is ready to get married.
Oh yeah, I was saying I want kids,
He
right?
wants a child.
Shooting up the clubs, man. I'm shooting the block up, man.
I always wanted a son, man, but
I want a daughter.
uh,
You know why? You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. It's weird as hell because I'm like, yo, I don't know what I want. Whatever God gives me, He gonna give me. But I feel like of late I've been getting like a lot of like daughter vibes because one, I have mad women around me. Two, I understand women. Like I understand their perspective, how they feel about things. I actually communicate with them. I speak to them. And I feel like with a young woman, what she really needs is a real dude that's just gonna be solid enough to just talk to her.
listen to her.
That's it. What's wrong? Talk to me. Express yourself. I value how you feel. Like, what's up? What's wrong? Don't hide it. It's gonna kill you. What's up? Talk to me. And yeah, that's what it is. I mean, granted, I'm not doing her hair and shit. I can't do none of that. That's not my specialty. I wouldn't waste my energy trying to make that happen for her. But she will have her hair done. Her nails will be nice. She will be respected. That's it. That's it. She'll be provided for. She'll understand where she stands. I'm not gonna have her looking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, she gonna be solid. And that's what my mom raised me. My mom raised me, and my sister just reinforced everything I needed to know from my mother. That's why I be really shitting. I don't even do it on purpose. I really be shitting on women. Like, I really be shitting on them, and I don't even do it on purpose. It's just, I just know that the things that you think you're bringing to the table has no merit in my family, and it only hurt you. It wouldn't even benefit the both of us. It'll make me look bad for bringing you home, and it'll make you feel bad because you won't be accepted. And it's not because you're a bad person, but it's like what we got going on is not just for anybody to just be a part of. So that's where I'm at right now. It's been a crazy year, bro. Like, I needed Wet and Wild 3 like everybody else did. I needed that escape for this one weekend. I had people fly from 8 or 9 different states, drive over 16 hours, fly out of different airports, like spend lots of money, like. And I had a great partner. Khalil's dope. Trust me, Khalil adds hype to everything. I love it. Yo, you don't understand. You think I want to wake up and find out my venue not my venue no more? And that's not even my job. My job was never to handle a venue, bro. My job's simple. You give me what I need, I'll show you the world. That's it. I ask, or I don't even ask. I just be finding like, oh, we got this. All right, cool. Boom. You give me what you show me what the product. You show me what my venue looks like, and I'll give you the best for that venue. With what I can do, with what I like, bro. And I've always done that. So it's like, that's it. We thought that the pool and the space we had fits 1,200 people. We promoted and handled the event and marketed and invested in it for 1,200 people. So when we did 600, 700 pre-sales, that was nothing. We knew that. We were working to make sure we could fit 1,200 people. So to wake up then to find out that that's not your reality anymore, that doesn't sit well with you, especially when you've been planning it. Like, people don't understand. Like, I feel like being mentally tired is way more like fatiguing than being physically tired. People get tired after running a mile and that's, oh, I'm tired. The next thing you know, they still doing stuff. Being mentally tired and drained, bro, it just causes you to shut down.
It does. It does. I learned that about bipolar people. They go up and they go down. And they say when they go down, like bipolar disorder, when they go down, it's like it really affects them. Like, they break. When they're up, they're like, there's this high. They can do anything. You know, they go on shopping sprees and just spend money and just do dumb shit. But then when they're low, it's like 0 to 100. And so I could only imagine the regular human mind, right? I mean, we all have a mind, but if you have a disorder, you have a disorder. The regular human functioning mind, imagine if you work it at the best capacity, at the maximum capacity, and then you break. And then the engine overheats. And you got everybody who don't understand, like, yo, Why they ain't let us in? Mind you, they know the story. They know what happened. But they still want to be in the crowd or complaining. They don't be like, oh, yo, Cletus, that ain't your fault, man. We knew you couldn't control that part. You're a young black man trying to throw an event in the white ass community. We understand.
Man.
You talk all the logistics, all the numbers you want. You a young black man trying to throw a party in LA. Cops definitely got the signal. What? Boop, boop.
They were at every spot, bro. That shit was crazy. But I will say shout out to a couple people. Like a lot of people, what I learned a couple things. One, I didn't know my name really held weight. I never knew that. Like I knew I could do some things, but it's always been like in a community that I've kind of cultivated to be a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? I've never just like, oh yeah, you know, yo, like I've never gotten that support. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never, from my inner core, nothing. Like it always was, oh yeah, but I don't know because, oh yeah, but you know how that can go, because it's never been like, oh yo, yeah. Like people really, I didn't know people really was fucking with the brand like that. Bro, my following don't show it. Cause 7K, it's 7K organic, but it's not like one day I actually went through my phone, cause you could do this thing on Instagram that you could find people by contact. No, there was like a good like 6,000 people I didn't even know knew. Like I had their number in my phone. I'm like, yo, who are these people? Why their number in my phone? Oh, wow, I haven't seen them in so long. Not following me, not supporting nothing I do. Probably see the picture, just scroll past. Hey, bro, a lot of people, like those people alone could sell out like Wet and Wild. Don't even know. So it's like, bro, I never knew. That's the first thing I found out. They're like, yo, bro, you know why? Cause your name. Like when people hear your name, they see quality. Like they don't expect things to get shut down. You've done this like mad times. Like someone said Cletus with a pool's undefeated.
Yeah, I remember the first party you threw with the pool drink
in Buffalo.
I heard it was stupid. I ain't go, but I heard it was stupid. Like somebody left and came back and said, "Yo, I had fun." Like, yo, bro, golly, I didn't know. No, I had fun. Like, people enjoyed the experience. I mean, people flying into the pool, they drinking, they enjoying, they dancing. It's the energy. Like, it was cleanest, you know?
And I did send you the shit. I know I did, because I sent it only to, like, the people I wanted to really be there.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going through my dark times. I just had to enjoy from a distance. And I had to be okay with enjoying things from a distance. I had to be. I saw everything on social media. It was fun, and I love hearing people. But I wasn't in the mental space to party with people. I'm more in the mental space now to party. I be going to the club and shit. Like, man, I be lit. Like Saturday, I was in the club, like, you know, and I was enjoying myself, smoking my hookah, minding my business, drinking water, and all that. You know, like I'm more in the mental space to do it. I feel more free. Back in school, I wasn't free. I was caged.
Why? Why'd you feel that way?
Bad relationship, man.
Oh, you talking about who I think you talking about?
Yeah.
Really? It was that bad?
At some point, it was mentally draining.
I can see it.
Yeah, it took a lot out of me. I don't know how she feels, but...
Why'd you do it?
Because that's all I knew. That's all I knew is to take care of people. I didn't know what it was to take care of myself. You know, especially when you were with somebody for a long period of time, you want the best for them. Just as much as you would think that they want the best for you. Mm-hmm. But then you end up hurting each other. It's like every relationship has an expiration date. Some, for better or for worse. Some, you gotta know when to just cut the
tie. Like,
yo. And I didn't know at the time when to. Well, I didn't have the guts to. For the sake of love.
Do you feel like that was one of the reasons why you're kind of burying like vision over money? Because it's had so much association to... Because I know you kind of you hinted at it, but I'm saying that it now, like, is vision over money, was that supposed to be a thing that y'all wanted to create for each other or whatever? Or
it was, I think vision over money was deep. It was deeper than that. It was more so something to help me cope throughout that time period. While I was going through that.
You don't gotta go through that no more.
I don't gotta go through that no more.
So you don't even thinking about it kind of just takes you back there and you don't
No,
care.
it doesn't. It doesn't take me back anywhere. And even if I think about it, I'm actually okay. I feel settled. Like yo, I enjoyed my time. I learned a lot about myself. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I didn't learn about myself. I learned a lot. Like this slime things to Shorty. Shorty did slime things to me, and we keep it pushing. It's life. Like you can't look back at your past and be like, yo, man, I love them shelter nights. I love them nights where I was a shorty and we were going back and forth. Like I appreciate that because it teaches me more about myself. It teaches me more. I don't want a woman to talk to me a certain way, and I wouldn't want her to want me to talk to her a certain way either. You feel me? It got real toxic. It got real bad. Boundaries were violated and stuff. So personal spaces were violated. So now I just try to work through it, work out of it, of certain deficit mindsets, of getting to know myself around women and stuff like that. So, but yeah, vision over money was something that was created during that time period. But now more than ever, it's like I've internalized vision over money. I've internalized it. It's in me. I'm visionary over money.
The money gonna come
It's gonna
regardless.
come regardless. Regardless, it's gonna come. Yeah, man.
What was it like meeting your grandmother or going to see your grandmother when you went to Africa?
Her grave. It helped me let go of a lot of things. Any type of anger that I had in me, any type of questions that I had, it just helped me release. Like, my grandmother was a woman. She was so humble. She was so full of humility. She was a woman that was willing to sacrifice her lives for people. She prayed a lot, and I was the last person that she wanted to see before she died, and she didn't. So it humbled me. It humbled me a lot to see her grave and feel it and touch it and be around my family. Like, just made me like, come over here, motherfucker. Come, let me love you up real quick. That's what she wanted. She wanted her grandkids to be together, and she got that. She got all her grandkids together. She may not be here physically to see us, but she saw us spiritually. And it was refreshing. It made me more grounded. It made me more respected. You took a plane just to come see your grandmother's burial site. You were there. You touched the feet of your elders. You sought for their blessings. It's been 14 years I didn't go back to Africa, and I'll go back and it feels like I was there yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah, it's facts. I want to go back in December, but I don't think I'm gonna do it this December. But that's a fact. Is there anything else you learned during your time in Africa? Anything else you learned during your time in Africa?
One, family is everything. Two, Africans will try to get you married off real quick. My uncles are saying, yo, we could get your wife in 2 days.
Nah, that's clip.
He gave me a whole math behind it too.
Word, what's the math?
You get the wife. You don't have to bring it to America. You don't have to bring it to America at all. You come back every 6 months. You get her pregnant, and then you leave. That's it.
So what does it benefit her?
There's no benefit.
Oh shit. Oh man.
What benefit? What benefit you looking for?
Nah, I mean, you said what benefit am I looking for? I don't know. I'm a lover. I'm a lover boy, man.
For them, they say, go get you one back home, then come here, get you a little one over here. Then if you want to go to Jamaica, go get another one. Be happy wherever you go. Did I spark it? Did I hit something over there?
Nah, I get it. I don't think that. Like I said, there's an episode we're gonna put out soon called "The More the Merrier" with one of my bros from Ron Rush. You actually would like him a lot. Y'all would be good friends. He's a capital dude, just very solid, younger than you, but very solid, very very in tune. You know, got about a Black Panther tattoo on his arm. Like, just a solid dude, just working cyber technology. So you know he's onto something. He's from Chicago. Shout out to Gun Gang, shout out to Gun Club. They know the fucking vibes, man. But yeah, bro. I think y'all would be really, really on the same type of time. He has an episode called "The More the Merrier." He says that he believes that black men should be able to be polygamous, like in their original state in Africa, especially. Like, we were polygamous, we never have been monogamous. That's a European concept or construct created to control us. That was never a thing black men did.
That's a conversation for another time. The more the merrier. Hopefully you invite me to that.
Already been recorded. It's a year old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's gonna probably come out like the next 2-3 weeks.
Okay. I mean, been on it for a minute. I mean, we gonna talk about that.
Is there anything else you'd like to say to the people, man? Anything that
I feel like this not gonna be my last time on this.
Can't be.
You know, I think right now it's just a warm up. I'd love to be on your podcast some more.
I want to get on yours.
It soon come.
Mm-hmm.
It soon come. It soon come. Make sure y'all follow me, BG Speaks on Apple Music and also on Spotify. You know, subscribe. I'm going on episode 12 soon. Wow, look at that.
That's a blessing.
We're growing in the game. Who knew? But thank you for having me, Clear.
Nah, bro. You know I appreciate you. I'm glad I came out to the Bronx, man. I was doing a lot of running around, but I'm like, I gotta get to the Bronx.
How was the oxtail?
Oxtail was smacking.
Okay,
that shit was very smooth, was smacking. Shout out to Green Garden, fresh.
That's it. Green Garden right there.
Fresh juices.
My man Vaughn.
Shout out to Vaughn, man. Me and him definitely I gotta get him on the pod.
You love him.
Man, what? Oh yeah, we gotta get him on the pod. It'll be over for him.
You'll love him. One day you could come back here and set up shop at his shop. We could do something.
That'll be fire.
All I want to do is just connect people to bright minds. You don't even gotta pay me. I just want to see y'all flourish and come to y'all cribs and just go into y'all fridge. You know?
That's a good mentality. That's basically what the whole concept of Talk Ain't Cheap really at this baseline level is. These are my friends. Yeah, you gotta think about the people I got on these podcasts. They're not regular people. I mean, they are regular people, but like when you sit and you really listen to their stories of who they are, bro, these are not ordinary people. Like my bro Chris went through raising children that was not his.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, you told me about that. That one broke my heart.
But he still laughs it up. We were supposed to go get a lobster for endless shrimp the other day. Just calm, regular.
You still got those?
Yes, sir. And then
how much?
I think it's like 12, 99, I don't know.
Why I gotta take somebody?
You know what I'm saying? Endless shrimp, bro, go down, man. And then who else? My two little cousins, Maya and Private. They mom used to take when my mom and their mom were like classmates in college. My mom used to like walk like miles with my sister and I in a broken stroller to take us to school. Like anybody from Staten Island,
that's why you just know how to make it places without nothing.
Just to make shit shake. It's like walking from like if you from I'm gonna break it down different perspectives. If you from Buffalo, it's like going from like Main Street, like right by the hospital, or Main Street near like UB South, and deciding to walk to Upstate. We was doing that with a broken stroller and another child.
What about those in Louisiana?
Louisiana is like walking from Grambling. So like walking from Grambling to Ruston. Like walking from Louisiana Tech and Ruston to Grambling State University. It takes like 3.5 hours. I did it before. I've done it before. I was done drunk in dress shoes.
Hold on, you talking about Main Street?
Everything.
UB South Campus?
No. Like Main Street. Like they have a Main Street downtown. Oh, you talking about yeah. Like South Campus. Oh, in Buffalo, yeah, it's like walking from South Campus, like walking through Delaware, walking through past Madai, walk all the way through the bus state. That's what it would be like, walking down Amherst.
And how long your mom would do this for?
She did this for a minute. She did this for a really long minute until she really learned the bus system. She's done it for a minute.
Look at that woman that you be grinding.
Yeah, that woman, and she humble. She's still mad nice.
Your pops around?
He alive. He cool. I mean, he got, like you said, he got his own traumas. I can't be like him. Like I love and respect him in his own right, but I couldn't be like.
Are they still together?
Nah, they haven't been together since I'm like going into high school. I think like yeah, like bro, the reason I'm the way I am, and I think I'm gonna end it on this, is just because I had a lot of great male role models around me. Like I watch people a lot. Like I just talk my shit to clean up a lot of it, but before I even talk my shit, I was been watching you. So when I say what I say, I know what's gonna come about with it, cause I know who I'm dealing with. I ain't just saying things just to say it. I know who I'm dealing with.
You've been there, done that.
You feel me? So I have like mad, really great male role models, and I have a lot of male friends that we raised each other, or I try to raise myself. I try to raise them and raise myself. A lot of people I know a lot about, a lot of men, bro. A lot of women too. I just trust God, bro.
Yeah, I'm minding my business.
Mind my business. Y'all think I be talking a lot. I really don't be saying nothing at all.
I know that feeling. When you start to look back and you realize, like, I really don't be saying nothing. Like, I really just be chilling, minding my own.
And they think I'm doing the most.
And I'm not even looking at another person's life. Like, now that I'm off social media, it's like, I'm just looking at my life, son.
Man, thank you guys for tuning in to Talk Ain't Cheap.
Work in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta go do I got like 2 more episodes to get out the way. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this next one out the way, but I should. Thank you again, BG, bro. You know I love you in my heart. I'm glad you're okay.
You already know, brother.
Of course.
I'm still alive. I'm here.
Shit, that's what that matters. You still got lungs in you got air, you got breath in your lungs, and your eyes open.
Yeah, I got CMOS too.
And you had CMOS. That shit definitely, yeah.
Consistent sex. I'll be at.
Man, finding good consistent sex that don't come with toxic behaviors is rare. You're not gonna get it. If you, like you said, like bro, you're a vibe. The sex is just a plus for her.
Oh, the more the merrier.
Soon come. Y'all tune in to Talk Ain't Cheap, and y'all know it's not that deep. It's a vibe.